I want to show you an exam of what a non-union scaphoid fracture looks like. So this tall, dark, handsome athlete fell off a golf cart 4 years ago, and so he rushed to the doctor years later. No, he actually noticed he started losing motion as he was doing like powerlifting and stuff in the gym. He's trying to train for football, and he just became increasingly more difficult. So can you show me, as you bend back on this one, notice most people go to 90 degrees. What can you do on this side?
About like 75.
Yeah, not the same, right?
No.
And really tough to do that front squat. What were some of the other exercises that were tough?
Power clean, hang clean, overhead squat.
Yeah, that was really hard. And you said even push-ups were tough.
Mm-hmm.
Flexion was a little better. For an acute scaphoid fracture, usually here, that snuff box, that's kind of your money spot right in here. Can you raise your thumb up? And you can see this is your snuff box. But notice he's had this for so long, you can relax now, that usually it's not tender, right? So it doesn't hurt too bad. So, but don't let that fool you. But his x-ray showed he has a non-union scaphoid fracture. Unfortunately, this area doesn't have very good blood supply, so it's really prone to delayed union and non-union, so those bones don't heal together. And then unfortunately, those bones sometimes can start to die and have avascular necrosis. This is an excellent example of what a non-union scaphoid fracture looks like. You can see the radius and ulna with the growth plates in this teenager. There's 8 carpal bones here, but notice this is supposed to be one bone. That's supposed to be your scaphoid, but in this patient with a non-union fracture, it looks like 2 bones. And non-union means the 2 bones do not come together. They do not unite. This bone is notorious for having relatively poor healing, like a delayed healing, or maybe non-union because of the interesting blood supply where a branch of the radial artery comes back towards it. About 10 to 25% of these scaphoid fractures will result in non-unions, especially in smokers and the elderly. But notice this, if you look closely, see that scaphoid in these 2 parts? It looks a little bit more bright white compared to these other carpal bones. I'm concerned that bright white might indicate there's some avascular necrosis, like the bone is starting to die. Many times orthopedic surgeons then will move on and get either an MRI to further evaluate that or a CT.